channel. It's Rosie here, and in today's video I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing my new Artist 13.3 Pro XPen drawing tablet. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, here's what the box looks like. I immediately love this packaging. Like, it's gorgeous, super aesthetic. And then this is the tablet. Everything is unboxed because, of course, I opened it when I first got it. So the plastic wrapping's not on, but yeah. Okay, and then we comes with this little stand, which is super helpful because it makes your neck hurt less when you don't have to, like, be bending over all the time. And then we have some different plugins so that it works with every type of device and wall plugin. It also comes with some pamphlets where you can basically just know how to plug it in and everything and get it working. And then we have this little glove thing, which I actually cannot use because I'm left-handed, but yeah. And then, of course, here we have the pen, which comes in this nice little placeholder. Very nice and easy to hold and comfortable. And the nib does press down so you can get thicker lines, which more on that later. And it comes with some extra nibs. Okay, so let's get the tablet set up and then we can download the program. And it also comes with a nice little polisher so you can make sure the tablet's nice and clean. By the way, quick disclaimer, this video is not sponsored. I got this for Christmas and I just wanted to share with you guys what it can do. Okay, and then I just had to download the program. It was super easy. Only took about an hour to get everything set up, which I was very pleased with because some programs are so complicated. I decided to use Drawimg Pro as my program. I think it was about $12.99 to download, one-time purchase, but yeah. And then once you get everything set up, there's a lot of cool like settings and stuff you can do with the pen. And yeah, and then of course we have our art program. So what I found with the pen is that the harder you press, the thicker and darker the line is, which I liked because it's very realistic to regular drawing. And I really loved that. The pen was super easy to use. There was no lag, like, at all. And there was also this tool I found called the smudge tool that made blending super easy, and I was also very pleased with that. And then I just kind of decided to try out some of the different tools. After that, I decided to get right into the drawing because I really wanted to see how this tablet worked for a real drawing, but so far I was definitely liking it. Also, I'm so sorry I haven't been uploading like long videos. It's been forever, like 2 months or something, but I've just been so busy, but I'm trying to get back into it. And this is ridiculous because I literally filmed this video like months ago because it was right after Christmas when I made this review video, and somehow I'm only getting it up now, but yeah, so sorry about that. And then for my drawing, I decided to make a little Meet the Artist thing too to fill up the rest of this page, and also so I could figure out kind of how it worked with lettering and other types of, I guess, graphic design. But yeah, that was kind of my idea. So I decided to do a little Meet the Artist drawing, and let's see how it turns out. I have to say I'm not the best at digital art. I think some of you guys probably have seen if you've been here a while. I used to do some digital art on my phone, and I made my profile picture with digital art on my phone. And that I basically just did with my finger and like a little stylus on like a free drawing app. So I have a bit of experience, but I'm definitely not an experienced digital artist. So this was definitely a learning process for myself. And yeah, so it doesn't can't talk. It definitely didn't turn out the best, but I did like the final product. And yeah, this tablet is also relatively a good price. I think it's about $200 on Amazon. I will show you, I will link it in the description, but yeah, so this is not sponsored, but I just got this tablet, and I feel like you guys know I normally share like my art supplies that I get with you guys, but I just wanted to see if it was any good, and if it was, I wanted to share it with you guys because I feel like some drawing tablets are so expensive, and ones that are less expensive can also do the exact same things. This tablet works with Mac, Windows, PC, and yeah, so it works with basically Apple and non-Apple products, but you do need a computer to hook it up to because it comes with like a USB sort of cord, so I don't think it works with a phone. But yeah, and then it basically just broadcasts the drawing onto your computer, and then on your computer you can download the drawing and do whatever you want with it basically. And they also have a screen record feature, which was super nice, or you can just screen record like with your computer. But yeah, so it works with, I like that it worked with Windows PC because I don't have a MacBook or a Apple desktop, and a lot of programs seem to only work with Apple, and so I was definitely pleased that this worked with both. So that's another thing, because MacBooks and Apple desktops are very expensive, as people know, I'm sure. But yeah. And then I found that you could zoom in pretty far, and it definitely had a lot of cool tools in order to like blur and blend and everything, and the pen just felt very realistic. It was definitely easy to calibrate, and it didn't really get like off center of like where you were putting the pen, and it just felt very natural, which I really liked. I don't always prefer digital art because I feel like there's just such a perfectionistic aspect to digital art that doesn't really aim traditional art, and so I'm not like the huge fan of digital art, but this tablet definitely made it a lot more enjoyable, I think, than digital art like devices and programs I've used in the past, because it just felt much more realistic, and when it's not as natural, it just doesn't like, it's not as fun. But I literally was working on this for like hours one night. Like I literally, my Spotify playlist replayed like 3 times while I was working on this, so it was definitely enjoyable. It also has this feature I really like called the mapping pen, which basically the pen doesn't actually like cover anything, it like leaves the lines that were underneath it visible, and it's really nice because the more layers you put down, the darker it gets, but you can always still see the guidelines, and that was extremely helpful, especially because like trying to sketch it out and then put the color on top of it, it made that much easier. The hair was definitely a bit of a struggle. For some reason, doing hair on a digital drawing is really hard, for me at least, and I'm not sure why, because on like paper it's super easy. So the hair definitely took me a while for some reason, but I also didn't want to spend too much time on it because I was getting very annoyed. But I think it might have turned out okay in the end. I don't know, you guys can tell me what you think. A lot of people have been commenting asking for more long videos, so I'm really trying to get back into that. And it's also getting towards spring, which means that I'm just gonna be having more time, because for some reason I'm always really busy in the winter time, and then I have more time in like April, May, June, so I'm trying to get into uploading more. And yeah, I know I've been like slacking off definitely, but yeah. And then my 16th birthday is also coming up pretty soon, which I'm most definitely excited for. And yeah, okay, so back to the drawing. I was mostly just experimenting here. This actually took me forever because I was just like, I did so much like undoing, and like I feel like I pressed the undo button like so many times making this because I was just like trying to figure everything out. And yeah, the eyes were a bit of a struggle for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they didn't look quite normal when I was doing it. I love the way the lips turned out though. The highlights I thought were so pretty. I love highlighting in digital art because it always looks so clean and like natural and so nice. So yeah, and like I said, I think the hair turned out okay in the end, but it was most definitely a struggle. And yeah, overall I really like this tablet, but I did have just a few like complaints or like things you might want to think about. So the first thing that I didn't exactly like is that you can't use the tablet without like, you can't use the tablet away from a computer, or like, you know how like most like drawing iPads you can use them anywhere or anything, but basically for this one you have to have it hooked up to your computer, and so you can't really like just use it anywhere. You have to be like at a desk where it can be hooked up, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just wasn't aware of that was like, that a lot of tablets were like that, but that might just be more of like a drawing tablet in general thing versus this tablet. But yeah, so that was one thing. And the other thing was that the pen had buttons on the side that could like change different modes and stuff, but the problem is that it's very easy to press them when you don't mean to. This might be because I'm left-handed, but I found myself like constantly accidentally pressing those buttons when I was just trying to hold the pen and draw. You might be able to disable the buttons or something, but I don't know how. Maybe I'll look into that, but that was definitely a bit annoying. It would be kind of nice if the buttons were like higher up on the pen or like on the back or something, but it definitely wasn't bad at all. Like, I just like, that was something I noticed, but it might just be because of the way I was holding the pen. Like, maybe I was holding the pen there, I'm not really sure. But yeah, those are just the two things. And then also, when you're drawing, the drawing always shows up on the computer. You can't just like draw without it on the computer, which is totally fine. I think that was just a me problem because I don't like people seeing my drawings when they're like half finished. So maybe that's just like my personal thing I need to work on. But yeah. But overall, I really liked this tablet. I thought it was great. It was definitely very easy to write on. Also, like, the pen felt like a normal pencil, so like I felt like my writing was as good as it normally is, as far as like writing the meat artist part and everything. It was definitely very satisfying to like just fill in and stuff. I kind of like digital art because I feel like I take my time so much more when I'm making digital drawings, because I'm just like trying to like do all the layers and all the details. And sometimes drawing traditional art, I think I rush, and doing it digitally kind of makes me slow down and just like enjoy the process more, I think. And yeah, overall I'm super happy with this tablet, especially for the price. Like a lot of tablets are like so expensive, like $500+ I've seen a lot of, especially the Apple ones. So this one was pretty affordable. And then with Prime it's like even less. So yeah, I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out. Again, non-sponsored. I feel like I just have to say that because like everything's sponsored, you know. But yeah, and I definitely like this brand. I might be buying more stuff from it in the future. But yeah, and I also just think it's very aesthetic. There was also this like I don't know what to call it, like spiral spinner thing on the side of the tablet that I really liked, because you could just use it to make the paper, like make the digital paper bigger or smaller, and it was super easy, so you didn't have to like press any buttons to like make it zoom in or zoom out. You could just use the little spinner thingy. It's like the red circle, and that was like super nice. It also had some other like shortcut buttons, and that you could like program to do different things, which I really liked. I'm not like the most tech savvy person, which is why I'm very grateful that like this tablet was so easy to set up, because I know a lot of programs like take so much time, and I just loathe setting things up on computers. I swear to God, it's like one of my pet peeves. Like I just like, if something takes me more than 20 minutes, I can't handle it. But yeah, so it was really nice how easy it was to set up. And I think most art programs work with it, like Illustrator, Metabang, Photoshop, all of those like manga, anime drawing programs. I think like most things are compatible with it, but it also shows you everything on Amazon. So yeah. Okay, here's how the drawing turned out. I'm actually really like this. I think it's super cute. The colors are so vibrant, and yeah, overall I think I would rate this tablet an 8.5 out of 10. I loved it. I think this is a great tablet for beginners or advanced people, and I'm just super happy with the product. So you guys check it out if you want to. I love you all. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.